The first thing I want to say, first and foremost, is how incredibly grateful I am to just be here. I'm incredibly grateful for my entire career, my entire life. Everybody in this chat right now, whether you've been following me for 15 years and love me or you fucking despise me, I appreciate it all the same. And just the fact that you guys care about anything that I've ever done, anything FaZe has ever done, anybody ever affiliated or associated with FaZe, you've changed my life. You've changed all of their lives. Our employees, like, I'm living a dream. My life is quite literally a dream come true. So don't at any point in any of this feel sorry for me or anybody else for that matter. Honestly, if you know what I mean, if you find yourself feeling sorry for a fucking streamer that makes $300,000 a month, then I don't know. We're all living a dream. We're all extremely lucky, and I think it's really important that we talk about that more and just, you know, pay attention to that and just express that gratitude. And I really am. I truly am so grateful. This is my entire life. This is all that I know. And I'm FaZe Banks, and it's fucking, I mean, I'm not technically in FaZe right now. Nobody is. We'll get into all that, but, and what that looks like. But, oh man, this last few months has been crazy. The last couple years has been even crazier. And the entire fucking history of FaZe has just been an absolute movie. It's been a fucking horror film in a lot of ways, but it's been a movie nonetheless. And you guys still fucking care about it. And again, just one more time, thank you so much for caring. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get into it. Why everybody's here. My tweet yesterday, my trailer. Thank you everybody who watched that. The feedback was fucking way better than I thought it would be. Obviously the same old tired. I'm old. I get it. And FaZe is dead. Give it up. We expected that. And honestly, I'm not mad at it. But yeah, people fucking care, and I appreciate it. The truth about FaZe, the tweet, the truth about FaZe, and people ran with it. New FaZe members, this, that. What's he gonna say? The FaZe files. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just say it right here, right now. There's gonna be none of that. We're not sharing conversations. We have absolutely. There's no bad blood. This next 15, 20 minutes for me is really gonna be a turning of the page, and I just wanted to talk to you guys from the chest, from my heart. I don't have any notes. This isn't scripted. I'm speaking from the chest, and I felt like that was very, very important for me to do. And I felt like it was very important for me to do that live. Because I just want you guys to see me and hear me. And yeah, the truth about FaZe, the truth is, I think that everybody lost. I think that I lost. I think that the boys lost. I think that FaZe, of course, lost. And I think the biggest loser in all of this is you guys, to be honest. The audience, the viewer. What we built with FaZe over the last 2 years was incredible. It was special. It was honestly a miracle. We all felt it. We all knew it. And we all had this common goal and this common point of bringing this thing back. And it started kind of exactly where we're at now. I was in a room alone. There was a couple people there with me, but for the most part alone. And I had this vision on how to bring fucking FaZe back, and in a dream really to bring FaZe back because I hated the state it was in. This thing means a lot to me. It's a huge part of my life. It's the most important thing I've ever done and likely ever will do. So yeah, and the irony is we did it, but now it's in a fucking worse spot in a lot of ways than it's ever been. So it's like, fuck, man. Like it's crazy ironic, and it's insane, but we built something incredible that so many people enjoyed. And that's why, you know, I'm clearly super emotional about this. So are they. So are you guys. And again, I appreciate that. I don't think any one party is better off without the other. I still to this day wish that we could have figured it out. Genuinely, I think that we were all much better off together. I think that we operated as a fucking all-star team. And it's just a shame that we couldn't get aligned. And that's honestly like where things went wrong. We just couldn't get aligned. There were two halves to this brand and this company. One was very much in front of the camera. That's the part that you know. And then we have a whole other side in the back. And that's where over the last few months, like I have to just fully take accountability and just accept the fact that that's where I went wrong in this. That's where I fucked up. A couple other parts we'll get into, don't worry, but mainly the alignment. And I wish I could plead ignorance. I really do. I wish I could say, fuck, I didn't know, dude, like mistake, whatever. But I did know. I did. My entire career, I've ignored contracts and deals. I've signed bad deals. I've fucking been fucked over. I haven't paid attention to this boring stuff because that's not me. That's not for me. But I assume this role as CEO. I sold the boys a dream on fucking FaZe being the biggest thing ever. And we succeeded. We succeeded on the vision. Everybody's much better off because of it. But then you guys gotta understand my POV and like my partner's POV, because I sold business people on this as well. We needed to fund it. This whole thing cost millions and millions of dollars. And I told them, I have this vision, I have this plan, and it will work. And it did. It did. It just, again, I thought that in good faith, if we did a good job, that we would figure the business out later. And yeah, I mean, I think one of FaZe's biggest problems, to tell you the truth, and I've thought obviously a lot about all this, I think that FaZe experienced success way too quickly and way too rapidly. Like these kids overnight and FaZe overnight were the biggest streamers on planet Earth. And what did that create? What kind of environment did that create? They just wanted to create content. They just wanted to stream. I remember these conversations so vividly, and we had them so often, where that's where the misalignment was. It was like, hey guys, can we sit down? Can we talk about business? I'm a guy who like, I wish that I focused more on like building content IP or dropping a product with fucking Rice Scum and Alyssa and Summer. I'd be way better off. Like we missed the mark on that because all we cared about was the day-to-day YouTube vlogs, and we were content brained and we were young. And I tried to extend that experience to these guys and have these conversations about building business, but they're kids and they want to fucking stream. And that's not a problem. That's not an issue. That's what you guys want. That's what they want. But it's not necessarily what the company needed or what we wanted, right? So that's where shit starts to get messy. And then again, from our POV, and I'm somewhere in the middle. Like I'm happy. I consider this last era of FaZe one of the best moments in spans of my entire life. And I will always appreciate these kids, and I will always appreciate you guys for that stretch of time in that moment. It was a very important moment in my life. And yeah, it means the world, but I promised these partners a successful business as well. So it's like you see on your timeline about how great FaZe is, and you see all these clips go viral, and you see these guys making a ton of money and fucking doing very well, and that's great. But then you look at, the FaZe accounts, and they're bleeding, they're hemorrhaging, like we're dying. And it's like, well, we need to figure out the business. We need to figure out the business. And a month goes by, and then 6 months goes by, and then a year goes by. And before you know it, you're fucking millions of dollars in the hole. But everyone's telling you how great it all is. But it's not sustainable, and it can't work, right? So, yeah, and that's 100% my fault, period. That was my job to figure that out. And I cared more about fucking Twitter and more about the content and more about the brand stuff. And we crushed that part, but it was all for nothing. And again, the irony is that it put FaZe, when it was all said and done, in a much worse spot, which is crazy. And yeah, that's probably the biggest L I've ever taken in my life. And that's, it's you live and you learn, and you try to be better, and you try to move forward. What else? I don't know if anything I'm saying is making sense, by the way. I don't know if I sound fried. Hopefully you guys are hearing me. Yeah. So yeah, that goes without saying. I listen, I wish these guys nothing but the best, genuinely. All of them, every last one of them. I know shit got weird toward the end and emotional, and yeah, that's another huge thing that I just want to like speak on is I fucking love this shit. I live for this shit. And we're going to get into all that, and you guys are going to see what's next and what I'm doing and where my head's at, and who I really am. I love working with talent. I love investing in people. I love investing in the future. I love taking somebody who I think has potential and dragging that potential to the surface and connecting it with other pieces and other people who I also think have potential. And I feel like I've done this successfully my whole career. I haven't been able to figure the business part out. I'm also fucking retarded on a bunch of other things, and I'm an emotional mess as well. I'm an extremely passionate, extremely emotional person. I'm 0 or 100. If I'm in something, if I'm doing it, I'm all in. And anybody that's followed my career and knows me, especially personally, knows that's what it is. The last 6 months, I've been fucking healthy, walking, I'm sober, and I'm hard committed to this shit. And before that, I was a fucking fat drug addict who ate McDonald's every day. It's like one or the other, and that's just who Ricky is. And it's hard. This is really what I've struggled with most, because it's hard for me to apologize for being passionate and emotional, because I feel like that's like part of the magic and that's part of the success. Like, I don't think that any of this FaZe shit could have happened without that piece. You know what I mean? So it's like, I see tweets like, you ruined FaZe, and I'll take that. Sure. We can call it that. And I can take that. But I feel like if that's true, then it must be true that I'm the reason why FaZe has continued and why the reason why we all came together in the last 2 years as well. So it's like, I don't know. It's like just one of those things where I just wish people could be happy that it happened rather than being sad that it's over, if that makes sense. And it's never over. This FaZe shit, as long as I'm alive and breathing, it's never fucking over. I know I was really bummed out the way everything ended, and I fucking made some whack ass tweet about this shit's over, I'm done, poor me, boo hoo, and I really regret that. But another thing I regret is obviously the misalignment, the emotional shit. But I wish that I was just more myself with you guys. I played this role, I played this character, and I'm not a fucking streamer. I quit making content 7-8 years ago. I'm on a fucking live stream right now, and I'm about to show you guys, and I'm about to start streaming, and I'm about to get back in front of a camera after 7 or 8 years. And I know you guys remember when we first started doing this, when the sentiment was positive, I would enter a fucking frame of a chat and watch the chat spam W Aura. And I didn't give a fuck then the same way I don't give a fuck now when they spam L Banks, because you know me the same. You don't know that guy, and you don't know this guy, but I want you to, and honestly, I need you to. That's the biggest thing. I just wish I documented it and just stated more clearly, like, my intent and these thoughts and all this shit, just more direct and more open. Like, I just want to be more open. I feel like just the way the internet is now, if I'm going to exist in this market, I have to be, because otherwise my words are twisted, narratives fucking spin fly out of control. And it's like, you guys got to understand how painful it's been for me, where my name carries this like weight the same as like the biggest streamers in the world, and it gets farmed the same way. And like, I'm like a character in this thing, but I have no mouthpiece. I have no platform. Like, I have no chance to respond or engage in the conversation. And what I mean by that is, like, something pops up, a fucking tweet goes live about stableronaldo doing some shit, and it's not true. He can just fucking spark up, go live, and let you guys know. And he has a community and a chat who will flock for him and fucking ride for him and make sure that people know what it is. And I've never had that. And I've always been, the truth is, I've been afraid to do content because I don't love it. You know what I mean? I never really loved that part of it. I think I'm traumatized, PTSD, me and Alyssa's relationship. I think just being under a microscope and during that time was so much different. Like, it was just so insane. Like, I don't know. It's very important. And I don't know. I hope people consider and see that. Obviously, when you guys are spamming W Aura and fucking FaZe is at its peak, subathon, I could have fucking started a live stream. I could have became a streamer then and probably, ran with a successful streaming career. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? And I'm doing it now at a rock bottom. And I like that. You know what I mean? And the reason for that is I'm about to show you guys what I've been working on. And I am going to continue working with talent. I'm going to continue investing in people in the future. And I'm going to continue trying to be the best version of myself, optimal human, and be successful, and be happy and be healthy. And as far as FaZe is concerned, like, I have ideas, I have a vision, I have a plan. The sad and boring truth is, I did step down as CEO when all that happened, months before Christmas and months before the shit ended. And just a quick cliff notes on that. It was when all the Aiden Ross drama was happening, and these kids called me and they're like, "Hey, we'd like you to publicly step down as CEO." And I fucking flipped out. I'm getting fucking hammered on Twitter, and they're like, "We want you to publicly step down from CEO, but still keep working, still keep whatever." And there's no love lost, no hard feelings. I'm over it. But like, in that moment, I was definitely not cool with that. And I basically told everybody, "Go fuck yourself. I'm done." And I stopped being paid as the CEO, and I stopped working as the CEO. And I lost that role. I stepped away from that role, and that's real. And it's like, still, I'm the face of it. So still, all the decisions that the company makes fall on me. It's like, a good example is the trailer that you guys watched yesterday. I'm on set. I paid for that trailer out of my pocket. It's like $70,000. I'm on set. I'm stressed out. It's a fucking day. We're in the sun, production, whatever. And I open up Twitter and I start getting fucking railed about FaZe sent notices of damages and the boys owe all this money, and I'm seeing my face next to fucking Hitler on Twitter, and it's like all my fault. And I have no idea what's going on. No clue, but it's my fault, So, yeah, I'm confident in the future. I'm confident in myself, and I just want to be the first one to say it. And I would just want to go on record that I'm going to do it. again and again and again, as many times as I need to. And I fully believe in it, and it's going to work, and it's going to be successful, even in the face of a million people telling me that it's not and that it's over. It's funny because the overwhelming, like the negative sentiment yesterday was generally like, it's over, pack it up, FaZe is dead. And I heard people have said this before a few different times in FaZe's history, but the one that sticks out the most is when we announced Max, Jason, Lacy, and Silky, and we unveiled the new FaZe. I saw that little fucking backpack meme hanging on by a thread 1,000 times during that. And I said the same thing then that I'm saying now. Just watch. Just watch. And on that note, yeah, I've heard all kinds of ideas and stuff, the powers that be, what FaZe is going to do. And I've heard everything from fucking Vice style community channels to this, to that. And I think it's all bullshit. And I'm just, again, going to go on the record right now and say, for what it's worth, for what I believe, I think that FaZe should always be a group of friends who are performing internet culture live. That's what it's always been. That's what it always should be. And that's clearly what people care about. We have GTA right around the corner coming up at the end of the year. FaZe also just so happens to be one of the biggest gaming brands on planet Earth, if not the biggest. And I don't know, 1 + 1 is 2. And that's where my head's at.